My name's Aaron. Welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic. Today I'm reviewing Zara Eau de Parfum Vibrant Leather. Always striving to make something new and different. This is $19.99 for 120ml. This is a woody Eau de Parfum. The scent feels notes of bergamot, leather and bamboo. It is unique, elegant and very long lasting. I'm going through sort of cheaper and expensive and sort of trying to make this channel as inclusive as possible. It's a very interesting journey for me. And I smelt one at Chris's, which is a tobacco scent that I thought was really nice. And so yes, I bought 5 actually, so reviewing them maybe one a month or something. So yeah. This is the first one that came, so this is the first one I'm reviewing. Do we have a full-size bottles? Are we engaged with our high self? Let's get testing. So, before I go on, Zara is a massive, massive company. You can afford to get tons of aroma chemicals at very, very cheap price, at pennies. You can employ a perfumer to create something groundbreaking. And where companies like myself, we struggle is because I'm ordering 20 kilograms of stuff now, and as you go up, the price gets much, much cheaper. When you get onto raw materials, which are tons, you're buying in 200 and ton size, then it is pennies. So I was expecting something different. I was not expecting a dupe. That is first off. This just smells like Aventus, and it's such a shame. And I have not got a problem with Aventus at all. I think it's a fantastic formulation, but the problem it's so well done and it was so groundbreaking that it's been copied, and the copies is what pisses me off. And the copies and the dupes is what I imagine the perfume is just like, oh, another dupe, another massive house just copying. It is just no skill in it. And that is the problem. They've just copied. But there is subtle differences. This is absolutely, it starts off like an Aventus clone, but a poor version's Aventus. So this is what it smells like. The slight difference is there's some sort of slight aqueous notes in the formulation to push it out a little bit. And it's as it's drying down, Aventus is so stable and it's monstrously long lasting, and it's monstrously projecting. And it's the classic, I think it's brilliant. My criticism that it's always been copied, and the copies, if I've never smelt the copies, and if I'd never smelt it as much as I have, I think I'd really like it. And unfortunately, that is the reason why I just sort of smell it. And it's been such a shame because I think it's sort of almost been ruined by how monstrously successful it is. I think maybe if I smelled it when it first came out, I think I would have absolutely loved it. But this has, so Aventus has a really good amount of naturals combined with a really good amount of aroma chemicals, and they've been chosen and it's been very skilled put together, and it's just really, really good. But this has been done for cost, and there is a bitterness, a tartness, a bitterness to it. It's been, which is almost like ruining the formulations. This is all aroma chemicals, maybe trace amounts of naturals, but it does have that sort of, it's got acetates in. And some of you have commented before, what is this electric acidy smell? Like, oh my god, it's horrible. That is acetates in there, and these sort of very new raw materials, acetates, all these sort of things, they give a massive amount of projection, but they also can smell incredibly aroma chemical. This just smells of aroma chemicals. I just think it smells so fresh, and I think it just smells so dominant. Yeah, on to my final thoughts. Because this is a massive company and because they could have employed a perfumer to do something really amazing, I think it's lazy. This is painting by numbers. This is pushing it into a machine, printing out what's in it, and just fiddling with it really, really slightly. But it is not as skilled as Aventus. This to me feels like completely like a computer printout. This feels completely... excuse the noise from next door, but the woman, I'm sure she's got COVID, she's been coughing and freaking me out. She's now decided to start doing decoration behind, so if you hear bashing and crashing and smashing and all that sort of stuff, then I apologise, but I cannot control what the COVID lady next door was doing. A few weeks ago she was coughing, which was setting my anxiety off. Now she's bashing. Don't know what she's doing. Hopefully putting a mask. I cannot smell leather, and I cannot smell any naturals. So it's incredibly disappointing. And I think because it's such a massive company, and because if they could have really done something lovely and classic and employed a perfumer, I didn't even think they would have employed a perfumer. I think they would have just gone to a massive Chinese chemical company and said copy it, and then just copy it but change it, and then, or they would have literally just bought a formulation, just bought one and said, "I'll just do it." It feels sloppy and doesn't feel any care and attention, and it's so unfortunate. When I develop a fragrance, it only takes between 6 months and a year of development time, and it's really, really hard and really, really time consuming. It exhausts me. It's really, really difficult because you for me, I get the formulation down and then I tweak it, and then I'm sort of like, increasing this, decrease. It's really, really exhausting. I can't say, it's really unbelievably taxing, and I can't rest until it's done. So I almost like dread perfume development because it's just not. When I get to the end and it's finished, I love it. I think, yes, it's an amazing sense of achievement. And when people love it, it's like, yeah, it's the best thing in the world. They love my work. It's amazing. I love it. But when things are copied, to me it feels like you're stealing art. I always see perfumery as an art, and that's why I don't really like to review dupes, because to me there's no skill in it, and they're not employing a perfumer. What they're doing is just employing a chemical company to copy. And for me, it's okay to be inspired. Go, I'm going to use this as an inspiration. I think that's the greatest sort of thing, to be inspired. But to copy dead on, for me, feels a bit like stealing and a bit dishonest. It's not going to give you the longevity that Aventus is. Aventus lasts days and projects. But this to me smells so aroma chemical and so synthetic that it just smells like, it smells a bit like my factory actually. Because all the acetates and all the massively top notes and accelerating molecules are what permeates and sticks to everything. All the base notes and naturals don't really do that. They're kept in a cold storage sort of place. But all sort of the aroma chemicals, this is sort of what my factory smells of. This makes me think of my factory. Which is perplexing because we're actually having to get specialist equipment to sort of create airflow, which I didn't really think about when I go into a factory. All these little things you have to think about. I think there's no skill in this at all, so it's going to give it a 0 out of 4 for technical ability. This was designed by I'd imagine a Chinese company, and it was just something that was just picked off the shelf, and I think someone went, yeah, that's it. That's what it feels like. The price, I think it's absolutely worth the price. I wouldn't go any higher than £20 for it, so it gets a 2 out of 2. Do I like it? No, not at all. Feels like stealing, feels dishonest, and just don't like it. So it's going to say a 2 out of 10. So I hope you loved that review. Thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content, more fragrance reviews, and I'll see you soon.